can get started with our hearing. All right,
Yes, John.
call it.
In cause number 2019-0D07032, State of Texas versus Jose Manuel Soto. Announcement of council, please.
David Vandenberg on behalf of the state.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mario Ortiz Aroli, behalf of the defendant, Mr. Soto.
And Leanne Luna with adult probation, Your Honor.
Mr. Vandenberg, I may need you to switch to English if you're able to do that.
So what do you need?
I didn't hear you announce.
Can you hear me now? David,
So if you could switch to English, please. Okay, I'll unmute original audio. I'll hear you. I don't know if the,
can you hear me now? Right there.
yes. Okay,
David Vandenberg on behalf of the state.
okay. And I did ask this to be set for a probation status hearing, Mr. Ortiz, and your client is appearing remotely because probation brought it to the court's attention that he was inquiring about switching out his portable monitor for an interlock because he had been granted an occupational license by another court. And I believe pursuant to that order, they were requiring an interlock device on his vehicle. So I did inform probation that obviously the terms of his probation do not allow him to operate a motor vehicle. So I asked that it be set for hearing because I did not want your client to be misunderstanding what he has to comply with this court. I also wanted to give you and your client an opportunity to tell me if you're asking to modify those conditions that he operate a motor vehicle, and if granted, you know, kind of the parameters of that. So is your client asking or needing to drive?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is requesting the ability to drive. He has an essential need to do so in order to get to and from work. It's imperative that he's able to do that, Judge. So he is requesting the ability to drive from this court.
Okay, I did review his history. It is a true third. Ms. Luna, were there any concerns prior to this coming up in terms of his performance on probation?
No, Your Honor. He has paid off court costs and fines, completed community service hours. He did score low on our TRAS risk assessment. He completed his DWI repeat. He completed his VIP. He completed TAP assessment. He's on till 2025, so we're towards the end of his term, but he's been compliant with Smart Start nonetheless.
Okay, that's all excellent. And so your client, so Mr. Mendoza, you know, that is a very, very good report. I don't always have such stellar compliance on probation, so I commend you for that. And I don't want you to think that you're in trouble because I called this hearing. It was just, it can get confusing when you're dealing, for example, with the occupational license and the rules that might attach to that while you're under probation. In this case, those were not, they kind of were in conflict with one another. So I wanted to make sure that under some misunderstanding, you weren't in violation of your probation. I am going to grant your request to operate the motor vehicle with the occupational license. I believe your occupational license asked for a different type of monitor. Mr. Ortiz, I don't know if on that order for the occupational license, the language was such that it was like an interlock or some other monitoring device. For my purposes, I'm leaving the portable monitor unit. If that becomes an issue, for example, if he were to get stopped on a traffic violation or something, and they took issue with the fact that he had the portable monitor, maybe you want to look at maybe having that order amended because I'm going to keep him on the portable monitoring unit. How often is he testing, Ms. Luna?
Your Honor, it looks like he's testing the 3 times on that window. So he'll be testing in the morning from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m., 12 to 2, and then of course, 8 to 10.
The 3 windows are good. So I'm good with that. Just remember, you still have to maintain liability insurance, all of those things. And every other condition is otherwise unchanged. So good luck, Mr. Mendoza. Thank you for doing what you needed to do on probation. As long as you have a valid driver's license, whether that is a regular license or your occupational license, you will have permission under probation to be operating a motor vehicle, okay?
Okay.
All righty, Mr. Ortiz, I just want to make sure we cross our T's and dot our I's on that one. If there's nothing further, we're adjourned on this matter.
Thank you, Judge.
Take care. Thank you.
Retirar.